Much for joining us. Your reaction to this horrific shooting?
Well, it's awful. You know, I mean, thank God Steve's going to be okay. I think he's in surgery now. We don't. He has a security detail that travels with him. It's a good thing because otherwise there were 20, 30, 40 congressmen and senators out there in an open field. Without his security detail, it would have been a turkey shoot. I hope the reports that this was political are not true. If they are true, we've sunk to a new low.
What are the reports that you're hearing that this is political?
There is the law enforcement element about what.
Well, I'm hearing the same reports you are. I was in my office. I come in early, so I don't have any inside information, Sally, and I'm getting it off TV and listening to WWL.
John, CBS just had reported that a congressman said that a man, an unreported man, came up and asked them if this is a Republican practice or a Democratic practice. And is that what you've been hearing?
I mean, it may have happened, but I hope it had nothing to do with the shooting. But if it did, in a way, Eric, it wouldn't surprise me. All you got to do is go look at what people say now on Facebook. We have people going on national television with the severed head of the President of the United States. Go read the anonymous comments in the local newspaper.
And John,
you can disagree with somebody without hating them.
John, as a sitting member of the Congress in the Senate and the 435 members of Congress, the vast majority have no security detail. Only the leadership does. Steve Scalise never had a detail until he became House Majority Whip.
That's correct. That's absolutely correct.
Does that make you feel vulnerable?
No. I mean, I'm not going to live my life that way, Eric. When I'm in Louisiana, how can I put this? I have access to protection. Up here, I don't. You can't carry a gun or have a gun in the District of Columbia, but I'm not going to live my life like that. I'm just refused to do it.
How is this going to change the way members of Congress carry themselves? I mean, this has to be something that is on your mind. Is this going to change the way you meet with your constituents and when you're out in public?
Well, I think it is going to make people be more careful. They'll probably increase security. I don't think it's necessary to give every member of a Congress a security detail. I mean, I don't want one. I don't want to live my life like that. But people just need to stop hating, whether you're on the left or the right. They just need to stop hating people who disagree with them. I mean, and it has gotten worse. You can say what you want, but I can tell you in the last year and a half, it's gotten much, much, much worse. You ought to just see my Facebook page. Now, I don't care if you disagree with me. I don't care what you put on my Facebook page. I've been at this for a while. It doesn't bother me. But I'm just, every now and then I look at it and I go, wow.
Well, there's a difference in words and bullets, too. Yeah.
Absolutely. But the more it happens, Eric, the more people think, well, it's okay to express yourself that way. Yeah. And I just think that's sad.
It is interesting to go on Twitter this morning, and you see people, liberal and conservative, who are coming out and giving prayers and asking for prayers and condolences. Everyone from Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff to Bill Cassidy and Marco Rubio. So there is this.
Good for them.
Public officials are coming together right now, regardless of their political stripe, and saying this is horrible.
Well, it is horrible. It's awful, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why people have that much hate. I don't understand why bad things happen to good people. We'll deal with it. I'm just thankful that Steve's okay, because the first report I got sitting here at my desk in my office in the Capitol, I got the report that he was shot in the head. And thank God that wasn't the case. I don't know about, there were apparently one, maybe two officers that were shot. I'm worried about them.
Two of his detail were shot, an aide was shot, and Steve was shot. And John, do you look at this as an anomaly or just the way things are going in this world now?
I hope it's an anomaly, Eric, and I really hope that it wasn't politically based. I really do. I mean, it's just bad enough as it is, but if it had to do with the fact that they were a member of of a particular party, then you know we've sunk to a new low, and we really have. And I don't want to live my life where I have to worry about talking to a constituent or walking around, and I'm not going to live my life like that. But shame on people that have that much hate in their heart. You know, I just don't understand it.
And you know that we deal with violence all the time in New Orleans and all across the country.
Yep.
Young men and old men and women are being shot and killed. Do you think that this raises the need for more gun control?
No, I don't think this is about guns, Sally Ann. I think this is about hate, and I think I think in the last, I don't know how many years, a sociologist I'm not, but in the last number of years, the hate has gotten worse. The anger has gotten worse. Some of it may be economic based, some of it may be politically based, but you can disagree with somebody without hating them and calling them names and, God forbid, trying to harm them.
And it was shocking.
And this is just wrong.
It was shocking when Congresswoman Gabby Giffords was shot several years ago. She has expressed her thoughts and prayers to Steve and his family and the other people who were wounded this morning. And you know, she's been there firsthand.
And let me tell you, I hate to say this, but it's true. Life has gotten cheaper in America. It's gotten cheaper in New Orleans. I mean, sorry. I mean, we've got 21-year-old kids shooting randomly into a crowd. Now what we have what may be a political shooting, and it's just gotten worse.
What's
I don't
the
know what
answer?
to do about it except to condemn it.
So there's nothing that we can do about reducing this kind of violence?
Well, I don't know, Sally Ann. I mean, if the suggestion is, it's a gun problem, I don't agree with you on that. I just don't think that is the problem. I think it's a hate problem. And I think it's gotten worse, and I think that it's become more acceptable to hate. And just go read Facebook. Just go read the comments, which are anonymous, in the local newspaper, where people say anything they want. Anything they want.
And what's the mood on Capitol Hill today? Because you're at your office, you're in Washington. I assume a lot of business. I know a number of committee meetings has been postponed today. The Vice President's supposed to give a speech. He's postponed that.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the mood on Capitol Hill?
Everybody's concerned, and everybody up here is scared. Not scared for themselves, just kind of, I don't mean to sound Pollyannish, but kind of scared for the country. What have we come to here? This is, and what could have happened if Steve hadn't had a security detail? There were 20 or 30 congressmen out there.
And it took 3 minutes for
this guy had a rifle.
Yeah, and it took 3 minutes for the Alexander police to get out there, and they started returning fire along with his security detail. But those 3 minutes were critical.
We don't find this was politically based. That is the last thing we need. But I will tell you, it wouldn't shock me if it was. And that's the point. That's where we've gotten. There are lines you just shouldn't cross. And obviously this is one of them. But there are other lines you shouldn't cross. And life has become cheaper in America, and shame on all of us.
Well, and that lack of civility has just run rampant across this country.
Well, you see it. I know the two of you get text messages and emails, and people say the vilest thing. This is America. You can say what you want, and you have the right to say that. But why do you want to intentionally go out and make somebody feel bad or hurt them?
All right, Senator John
with
Kennedy.
Your words, much less shooting them.
Senator Kennedy, thank you. We appreciate you talking with us this morning, and our
Thanks,
condolences
guys.
to Steve Scalise and his family.
Thank you very much for joining us. And as we have been saying all morning long, Steve Scalise is expected to make a full recovery. His office said that he is about to undergo surgery at a hospital in Washington.
Actually undergoing right now.
Undergoing at this time.
All right, we'll rejoin CBS with their coverage.